Yeah. All right. Huh. Guess who's coming to dinner in his dreadlocks? Yeah, another day, another dollar. We on that paper route, we trying to get you higher. We got the strong baby stepping in the fauna. I hope you got your lighter. High notes vibing like a choir. King Collie back at it. What you thought that I retired? Been traveling the earth trying to get my second wind so I could bring y'all the fire. I couldn't come alone, I had to bring my protection. Call the OG, legendary selector. DJ Cochise, the hands of perfection. Certified king of the 12s, no question. Together storms, weather leave a hell of an impression. Feel so good, make you go to confession. It's vivid, it's lucid, so clear we on the roll. Monumental on the whole, something soothing for your soul. And we gon' keep it lit like it's carnival. Come and take this ride, we on cruise control.
I wanna take this ride with it, know you wanna side with it. We on cruise control, we just vibing. I wanna take this ride with it, you know you wanna slide with it. We on cruise control, we just vibing. I wanna take this ride with it, you know you wanna slide with it. We on cruise control, we just vibing. I wanna take this ride with it, you know you wanna slide with it. We on cruise control, we just vibing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another incredible edition of Cruise Control. Your man Dave Tolliver, Candygirl is in the building, DJ Cochise on the ones and twos. You know how we do. Let me say happy birthday to my brother Joey Beans from the Rude Boys. Man, oh man, we are having a grand time on the road. As you know, yesterday was Gerald Levert's birthday. He would have been 60. Today, my boy Joey Beans is 58. Yeah, man. Yeah. Time is just ticking. I remember when Joe was in his teens. But anyway, let's talk about it Tuesdays. Whatever we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about because we want to talk about it when we talk about it, how we talk about it when we talk about it. You dig? It's going down, man. Cruise control.
You're listening to Dave Tolliver and me, Candygirl, with DJ Cochise in the mix.
All right, y'all, we are back. I don't even need to say that, but we are here. Welcome. It's Tuesday. What's going on, Candygirl? Candygirl.
What's going down, Dave? What's going down? And happy birthday, Joey. Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. You know, they give me the business. Him and Mark, they give me the business out on the road, man. Sometimes I imagine if Gerald was still alive, what would be happening? You know what I mean? There's a lot of people on my list that have gone on that I wonder if they still were here, what would happen or what would be happening. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. What you got, boo? I know you got something. You always keep the Glock loaded.
Yes, let's talk about it Tuesday.
Yeah.
Had to always clear my throat.
What's the Were you Jay-Z?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, see, you see how things just flow?
Yeah, Jay-Z. Yo, man, Jay-Z, man. If I'd have been at that concert, I'd have been like the ultimate fanboy, and it's not even a great thing if you couldn't go all 3 days. Like you had, the first day was good, Blueprint next day, but then extra innings. Yo, you need to go to all three because with him, you never know what he's going to pull out and spray on you. You dig what I'm saying? I just saw what he did on Sunday night, and I was just like, damn. Yeah, man.
Well, so I have a Jay-Z story.
What's my Go ahead.
Back in the rock, like the real rock, when DMX and Ja Rule was still with him, I actually had a chance to get backstage, but it wasn't with him. It wasn't with him or for him. I just happened to pass him. And that guy is tall.
Yeah, Jay's like 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
Well, my little 5'3". Yes, that's tall, but that's the closest to the Jay-Z story that I have. But yeah. But anyway, let's talk about it Tuesday. Here we go. And we're gonna, I guess, talk about this a little bit deeper. Do you think you're a bad driver?
Hell no. I think that I've been a great driver my whole life. But what's crazy, while we pushing up on anniversaries, like 10 years ago, I got injured from the surgery. So I drive with my left foot. And so it's still kind of unbalancing. Even 10 years later, me driving the same way, it's still, not evenly killed when you're driving, because I'm awkward. I'm turned to the side. I'm using my left foot, and hey, we gonna come back and expound upon this, man. It's Cruise Control, Dave, Candy, Cole. Let's get it. All right, so we're back, and we were talking about. She asked me that I think I was a good driver, and I said, hell yeah. But I mean, over the last 10 years, I've been, a little challenged because I drive with my left foot. Rest in peace, my man Jan Burris. That's the first time I ever saw somebody do that, and he just did it because he wanted to do it. But go ahead. What are you getting at? What are you getting at?
So do you think men or women are the worst drivers?
I'm not going to even do that. I mean, if they took a survey, I'm pretty sure if you looked at police records and different stuff like that, but even then you can't even trust that because things get altered. People call in favors, all kinds of things happen. I think that equally, there are some horrible men, horrible women drivers. My daughter drives like she reminds me of how my grandmother used to drive. My grandmother was 60 years old going 50 in a 35, 70 something years old before she couldn't drive anymore, going, 60 on the regular. I'm like, damn, I used to call her Grandma Dynamite, but I don't think that there's a clear-cut winner, but I'm sure they have the stat.
I've been told I drive fast. I have a lead foot, so
you do drive fast.
Oh, I forgot you have been in the car with me. No,
I appreciate that. Like I don't want to be in anybody's car where they driving all slow, really respecting the traffic speed laws. Man, let's go. If we're going to get somewhere, let's get there. There's a way to travel over the speed limit and still be safe. You don't have to be a super speeder, but damn, you don't got to be driving Miss Daisy either.
Well, according to a survey, the Consumer Affairs, there are more licensed female drivers in the U.S. than male drivers, but men nonetheless drive far more than women each year, and a disproportionate share of fatal traffic accidents involves male drivers, particularly when speeding or alcohol is a contributing factor. So overall, male drivers are involved in over 72% of fatal car accidents in the U.S.
And I think that's because they change everything else. Why don't they change the narrative that the man always have to be in control or always have to lead? Because number one, he's getting so much opposition from these strong women out here nowadays. But number two, does he always have to drive? Does he always have to pay for everything? Does he always have to fix everything? Does he always have to? Why? I mean, damn. People. I get that, and that's cool. But I think times have changed, and women have been brought up and trained because of the lack of those type of men to be, So as the times change, why shouldn't the culture change? If you don't agree with me, your mama. All right, we still talking about, and I was on my little rant, and people will say, if you hear a man say what I said, like, why don't we just change the narrative that a man has to be this, a man has to be that? They've pulled out everything else from the Bible and changed it and rearranged it. So why can't they do that? Spare the rod, spoil the child. Now, if you whoop your child, you're going to jail. They taking the kid out of the home, right? So many other things that they took prayer out of school that we supposed to pray every day. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, all that other stuff. But I mean, yet we do it every day. So I'm saying, why, the man doesn't always have to drive. Let me tell you something. I bet if my wife didn't have she has like PTSD, and I understand, and I don't make a joke about it, but she got hit from behind. It's not a pun either.
I'm sorry.
She got hit so she was parked, and back-to-back times she got bucked by a deer twice. She was just sitting there parked, and I said, damn, I guess he wanted to buck you more than me. And then
I'm sorry.
But then after that, she got hit from behind on the year to the date twice in the same spot. Ain't that crazy? From behind. So, thank God that wasn't a setup or something like that, and then she got hit from behind again, but I was driving this time and somebody hit us from behind, and we almost broke the internet like Beyonce. My man Tony Terry put it up. But anyway, she wants me, when she's in her car, She don't want anybody to really touch it unless it's something that's a task. You know how y'all women are. If there's got to be some work done, if she doing work, she ain't gonna be satisfied until you doing something equal or more than what she's doing. So, in her car, I'll be like, well, you can drive all the way to take Danae back to school. No, I'm not doing that. But yet, when we're in the city, you want me to sit on the passenger side the whole time. But that's cool with me because I take hella naps in the car.
Well, I actually can understand with her having that phobia and that fear now, because I know my mother, she did the same thing when she was in an accident. From that moment on as a child, no one ever, she was never a rider other than with my father. So she was always driving everywhere. You were always a passenger. Don't ever ask her let me drive you somewhere. That was a no. So I get that, how your wife is going. But I also agree with you. I think that at the end of the day, though, I think it probably could potentially go into this topic. There's a statistic out there about women versus men and which one are the most employed. Most of the times it's always your women, and so therefore they're out there on the streets. But I think this survey, I think it's nailing it.
We'll be right back, y'all. It's Cruise Control, damn it. All right, this is very interesting. You're turning out to be a formidable, sidekick, co-host. I don't like to say sidekick because I'm one that always like to share the ball. You know what I'm saying? I like to share the ball. For me, I've never always had to be the leader, just as long as I get some playing time, you know what I mean? So you want to carry the balls, you can carry the ball sometimes. I mean,
I got you. Okay. You know the city, my hometown, Naptown.
God. Yeah, man. What about it? Yeah.
You gonna get it. Keep talking about my city, but let's talk about what's going down the WNBA and how legislation came over about protecting Caitlin Clark.
Really?
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that. See, I know that with all rookies that come in highly touted on whatever sport it is, and they have a certain flair or a certain attitude about themselves or confidence, and they're, especially this white girl coming in a mostly all black league, them girls, they all catty. They didn't like it. And I remember it's a girl that lost her job on ESPN going back and forth with Stephen A. Smith about it. You know what I mean? But go ahead, though. Talk about it.
Well, help me understand this. Has there ever been government reach like this, like it is now, to where they want to protect her at all cost? Has it ever been something out there and or public? Let me say that.
Well, I think that secretly there probably have been, just like there have been hits, there have been orders of protection, like, lay hands off or make the calls for, just like a Jordan. Like a Jordan was getting beat the hell up at first. And then after a while, he got every call. LeBron getting every call. And then when he don't get the calls, like I think LeBron just pissed somebody off. But I do understand that. And, the SWEJs want to protect their money. She is the golden goose. You know what I'm saying? Like she was really the golden goose. Was it this last year or the year before last?
It wasn't last. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, the year before. She got injured last year, right? But I'm saying the year before last, and I don't want to offend anybody, but to me, single-handedly, she brought so much attention to women's college basketball and the WNBA. Her and Olive Oil. She plays for the Atlanta Dream now. First she went to the Chicago Sky. I can't think, but she has gotten so good too. But I just think the hype of, Caitlin Clark coming in and doing what she did and everything else has kind of like died down. But that's what they do though.
Okay, well, listen, we're going to go ahead and continue this.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I understand that. So when we come back, we're going to keep talking about it. I was telling you we could have kept going, but we're going to talk about it more when we come back. That's a dope topic. Keep it locked. Cruise Control, baby.
I wanna take this ride with it, you wanna slide with it. We on cruise control, we just vibing. Come on and take this ride with it, you wanna slide with it. We on cruise control, we just vibing.
All right, y'all, welcome to the second hour of Cruise Control, man. You see, As we go on, it gets better. As we dig, it gets deeper. As we dig, it gets hotter. Let me stop. You can tell I'm deprived. Y'all can Dave, Tolliver, Candygirl, Cochise, baby, cruise control. Okay, we were talking about something really dope. Like, and you know what's crazy? I've never talked about did you get what I said? The SWEJs?
No.
Reverse that. SWEJs.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so they pretty much control everything. That's why when you get canceled, it's pretty much you've offended them, or the yeah. What am I? Some kind of, you know what I mean? They take you out of here one way or another. So, the NBA and the WNBA, I think, are highly touted, ran, and by them. So I'm saying that but what's crazy? What is that girl's name that went from, she played at LSU and then she went to the Chicago Sky, and then now she's at the Atlanta Dream. Damn, they were talking about her earlier today on NBA Today. Well, anyway, between those two having that conflict in the championship, and everybody getting mad because the girl did this, but then when the black girl did it, it was messed up. It just created a big controversy. And I think they knew what they were doing. They were trying to recreate the drama from Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, pitting two superstars from college, black and white, creating that usual pot of hot boiling water that gets the whole country stirred up, because it's a racial divide. And Bird and Magic incidentally eventually became the best of friends. But go for it. Finish.
Well, the biggest thing that I had from it, I like how you spent that, because think about it. Last year she was injured.
Right.
So there was no talking about her at all. And so the girls, Boston, Mitchell, they played their part when they were supposed to do what they were supposed to do. And it was all about them. And then so now it's just like, did you come in there and create some controversy? Now, was that call, that play in itself, was it detrimental? No. How many times do you see the males do stuff like that? But government overreach into this, I get it. She is who she is, and that I get it. But to publicly put that out there, that to me does sound like some kind of dividing tactic.
It does, and it starts mess, because those women are already jealous of her, because she came in as a rookie probably making more than 80 to 90% of the league. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure she did come in making more than 80, 90% of the league. You know what I mean? This unproven girl, but has made history in college. And then I don't even think she won the championship. She got beat every time. So, they're like, this white girl coming in here doing this, doing that, blah, 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 blah. You know how the women get all catty, and all jealous and green over, when they can't get something but somebody else can get it. No disrespect, ladies, but let's just keep it a buck. That's how y'all do. But then you got to look too, and I'm gonna end this. You got to look at this too. A lot of those women in the WNBA are tough. They're dudes really, and they probably the one girl that she had the beef with the first year. From I think it was New York, that man, they was beating her tail. So that's probably why she was out last year, because during the off season, she probably doesn't train or whatever, or didn't pay attention to a little tinge or whatever, and eventually it snapped on her. So it is what it is, man. We coming back to this. We coming back to this, Candy?
I think we'll come back to it if you like.
Don't be inviting me to no party I can't get to. Keep it locked, baby. Cruise control. Man, time is flying. That's why I'm so excited. Like I said, when I came, to the Virgin Islands about 25 years ago, the Hobbit, the guy that was the bus said, where's that guy that had me laughing and almost peeing on myself that's how he talked when I heard this demo. I said, man, notice I had a co-host. So it's like, when you're doing shows, unless you're sitting up there talking about some politics, religion, preaching, you know what I mean? You can't, if you don't have nobody to talk to or to talk back to, you like a lonely kid with an imaginary friend. You ain't really saying nothing to nobody. You dig? So I'm just like, oh, that was nice, wasn't it? Oh, bars, son. Let me drop the mic.
Well, we know you have flow now, because you put it out there.
But I said,
You just put it in stuff.
When you by yourself and you not on a podcast talking about politics or religion, it's like being the only kid with an imaginary friend. You're talking, but you ain't talking about nothing to nobody. Ooh, man. All right, go ahead like that. I think I said it different. I said it better the first time, but go ahead, yeah.
All right. So I was thinking, as I always do, what happened to men giving up their seats to women or women with children or the elderly? Have you noticed that is not happening a lot lately?
I think that this is what I tell women. If you want something, create that energy in the beginning. If you don't want something, create that energy in the beginning. I said, because whatever you start, be prepared to finish it out. Because if you don't, it's going to change. Like I tell my daughter, I said, if you always pull your wallet out all the time when you're around folks, they're not, when you really need them to do it, they're not going to do anything for you because they think you got it because you always pulling out your wallet. You know what I'm saying? If I told her when we were young, I said, if that I was about to say the N word, if that dude don't touch the door to let you in or open the door to let you in the place, that's the last time you ever want to see him again.
But see, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about literally you going into a public space and there are limited seats left. You see the men sitting down and they know they're sitting there seeing a woman or a woman with a baby or some children. They won't get up for nothing.
It's all relevant. I'm saying, I thank you for telling me that I wasn't shit. But no, it's all relevant because I'm saying that you create that culture by that's what they've been taught. They've dealt with women that don't give a damn about chivalry. They've dealt with mothers that don't care about it, that let them talk to them any kind of way, and then they do whatever they want to them, and then they still do for them on a regular basis. And that creates this culture. So then when they go out, they find the type of women that go for that. And then eventually she gets tired of that because she wasn't taught different as well. Man, I can talk about that all day because I see it in my everyday walk and in my everyday life. I see it. But I'm saying, but I bet they come in there and then they don't say anything. They whatever the stress they have, and they see all these men filling up the seats, there's no seat for them. I bet they don't say, "Hey, get up." It might be somebody on the side that say, "Hey, get up for that lady," and the lady will be like, "Oh no, I'm okay. I've been sitting all day. I don't have to." Now, that's why that happens. But they should get their ass up and move.
I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
All right, y'all. Cruise control. Man, time is flying. That's why I'm so excited. Like I said, when I came, to the Virgin Islands about 25 years ago, the Hobbit, the guy that was the boss said, "Where's that guy that that had me laughing and almost peeing on myself that's how he talked when I heard this demo." I said, "Man, you notice I had a co-host." So it's like when you're doing shows, unless you're sitting up there talking about some politics, religion, preaching, you know what I mean? You can't, if you don't have nobody to talk to or to talk back to, you like a lonely kid with an imaginary friend. You ain't really saying nothing to nobody. You dig? So I'm just like, oh, that was nice, wasn't it? Oh, bars, son. Let me drop the mic.
Well, we know you have flow now because you put it out there.
But I said,
you just put it in stuff.
When you by yourself and you're not on a podcast talking about politics or religion, it's like being the only kid with an imaginary friend. You're talking, but you ain't talking about nothing to nobody. Ooh, man. All right, go ahead like that. I think I said it different. I said it better the first time, but go ahead, yeah.
All right. So I was thinking, as I always do, what happened to men giving up their seats to women or women with children or the elderly? Have you noticed that is not happening a lot lately?
I think that this is what I tell women. If you want something, create that energy in the beginning. If you don't want something, create that energy in the beginning. I said, because whatever you start, be prepared to finish it out. because if you don't, it's going to change. Like I tell my daughter, I said, if you always pull your wallet out all the time when you're around folks, they're not, when you really need them to do it, they're not going to do anything for you because they think you got it because you always pulling out your wallet. You know what I'm saying? If I told her when we were young, I said, if that I was about to say the N word, if that dude don't touch the door to let you in or open the door to let you in the place, that's the last time you ever want to see him again.
But see, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about literally you going into a public space and there are limited seats left. You see the men sitting down and they know they're sitting there seeing a woman or a woman with a baby or some children. They won't get up for nothing.
It's all relevant. I'm saying, I thank you for telling me that I wasn't but no, it's all relevant because I'm saying that you create that culture by that's what they've been taught. They've dealt with women that don't give a damn about chivalry. They've dealt with mothers that don't care about it, that let them talk to them any kind of way, and then they do whatever they want to them, and then they still do for them on a regular basis. Like, and that creates this culture. So then when they go out, they find the type of women that go for that. And then eventually she gets tired of that because she wasn't taught different as well. Man, I can talk about that all day because I see it in my everyday walk and in my everyday life. I see it. But I'm saying, but I bet they come in there and then they don't say anything. They whatever distress they have, and they see all these men filling up the seats, there's no seat for them. I bet they don't say, "Hey, get up." It might be somebody on the side that say, "Hey, get up for that lady," and the lady will be like, "Oh no, I'm okay. I've been sitting all day. I don't have to." No, that's why that happens. But they should get their ass up and move.
I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
All right, y'all. Cruise control. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun as always. I want to thank my number one, Candy Cane, my big bro, Cochise, the legendary Cochise on those ones and twos for those great cruise control mixes that he does so well, cutting and scratching all the aspects of the name. We have a phone number too. I keep forgetting to tell folks about the phone number. Like, Candy is on me. She has her foot on my throat, and I'm gonna tell it to you now, but we'll start posting it. It's 470-BULL-ISH. That easy. 470-BULL-ISH. And let me tell you what those numbers are for real. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, son. Word to mother. 470-288-5547. That's 470-2855. What did I say? I screwed it up. 470-BULL-ISH. Man, 470-BULL-ISH. That's what it is. All right. I messed up. It's all good. Hey, players F up. I'm gonna make sure I edit all of this. But in closing, my love, what would you like to say to the people?
I want to get to the VI, and I want me a strawberry daiquiri. It's time to go.
I'm being honest. I'm going to retire there. So I need for Beast and Rashidi to get us on these 32 stations across the whole Virgin Islands. So we can come down there and just lie them out, my son. You know, you be like, "Where you at, Taliban?" I'll be like, "I die, my son." I mean, I'm right here. Yeah, I spent a great year there, and I tell people, the next time I go out of the country, if it's someplace that I like, I'm not coming back. I'm going to stay there, and we could be really, even with the success that I've had. We are legendized, I'll say that word, immortalized in certain places like Africa, London, Greece. It was some other places I saw where they still rock with us really hard. And don't let me go there and find a niche. I ain't coming back. Anyway, look, believe in God because God is love. Love is what the world needs right now. There's nothing guaranteed but birth to beginning and death to ending. That middle part is up to you. Happy birthday, Gerald Levert. Happy birthday, Jay Sean Champion. Happy birthday, Joey Beans. What you got, Candygirl?
Hey, hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, and then it's Candygirl3149. See you next time.
And that Dave Minute Large. And don't forget to go get that new single, Dave Tolliver featuring 2 Bites, Never Fall in Love Again. Another joke, but I won't play victim. Keep it locked, y'all. Vivid.